What's going on YouTube? This is on the 2010 Hyundai Sonata. Going to be replacing the front headlight assemblies and putting those Alla lighting LEDs in these projectors. And one reason why I'm replacing them is because this headlamp is extremely hazed and fogged over. This one here is not too bad, but the running light here quit working the bulb is fine, so I'm thinking that it's possibly a wiring issue within inside the housing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this thing out for a drive, so that way you can see what the halogens look like at night with these, and then we'll come back and then we'll get the new headlight assemblies put in. Alright, so this is what they look like at night. Halogens and projectors, very dim, and sometimes kind of makes it really hard to see at night. And also with it raining a little bit, if it's hard, raining extremely hard and stuff, it makes it really difficult to see. So we're going to go down here to the road that has no lights down it whatsoever, and just kind of see what these halogens look like down that road. So basically, I mean, the LEDs, the Alla lighting LEDs, is the same ones that I've got in my truck. The only difference is reflectors. These are projectors, and we will also get into that here in a little bit, so that way you can see the difference in projectors and reflectors. So, I mean, I'm sure if you go back on the other video, you can see the difference. So, we'll go down here real quick. I mean, even though for halogens and some old headlight assemblies, they don't do too bad. But like I said, I've got some new headlight assemblies I'll be throwing in here, and I'll get our new LEDs in here, and they'll be a lot better. This is just on low beam. I'm going to flip them on high beam real quick. Which the high beam, they're on projectors. Reflectors. I'm getting the two mixed up. But the high beams here are on the reflector side. So there is no projectors on the high beam. Just on the low beam here. And the high beam are pretty bright. I may swap these out for LEDs too eventually. So. Damn it, dropped the phone. And when we get back over here to the parking lot, I'm going to show you the difference between what projectors look like and what reflectors look like up against a wall. And you'll see the difference between both of them. I'll go ahead and show y'all what the two is going to look like basically on the wall after I get the new LEDs and stuff in. That way y'all can kind of see the line that's on the wall compared to what reflectors is going to look like. So with these here, these are very easy to get to. All you got to do is just undo the plug right here, press down on the tab and pull out. These here are 10mm bolts. Very easy. These lights, you're going to have to put your hand back here, try to lift up and push out. It's going to take both hands, so kind of lift up, push out. This side should push out first, and then you'll be able to get the headlight out. So basically one hand under here, one hand back there, lift up, push out at the same time, and it will lift on out. Sometimes it will bind up. So there's one out of the way. There's the new one. There's a projector there. This one's the same way with the projector. You can see the difference now. It's going to make things a whole heck of a lot better. I'm going to remove this cap. One of those things never go easy, I swear. It's pretty tough getting off of there. The new housings do come with new bulbs, but we're swapping them out. I don't need it. Now I'm going to mention too on this here, this plug. Probably get it cleared up here. Hang on a second. Well, the flash on it is actually washing it out too much. And it's raining too, so. But anyway, the way these plugs are set up, you have the two prongs right here. Well, on the LED is set up the same way. The only thing is it comes with a H11B harness conversion. And I'm getting ready to show you all that here in a second. Here's the H11. They're the H11 bulbs, but the conversion on the harness for H11B. So which is what those are. Which is this harness here. You will not be able to use these blade type connectors. They're too small and too skinny. I say they're small, it's just that they're too skinny and won't fit tight into this connection. So what you'll have to do is have to take those off and put in some thicker bladed connectors. My phone is not doing right today at all. And those is what's going to actually slide in here. You have a red and black. The red will go to the yellow. The black will go to the white. And they're kind of a little bit of a tight fit, which is good. They need to be a tight fit. So red goes to yellow, black goes to white. If you do decide to replace the headlight housing. On the factory one over here, it is actually a black wire. It is actually a black and white wire and a yellow. So this one here is just a yellow and white wire. I don't know why my phone keeps blurring, guys. I have no clue, but things ain't been going right lately. Anyway, plus been raining all week. Getting ready for springtime, so. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get the LED out. It's got the built-in fan in it. Nice heavy duty cord, plug and play. And these here you really can't get mixed up. I say you can't get these mixed up. So, and the reason is that there is a wide ear here and then two little smaller dog ears on the side here. Same here, there's a big dog ear there, and then there's two other ones here. And you just basically find the one that's actually wide. Looks like that one there. And it will slide in to this. And then when you turn it to lock it in place, the LED is actually facing up and down, where the LEDs are facing 3 and 9 o'clock position. So don't have to worry too much there. And next is just plugging it in. You can try to see if you can't get these to be tucked away in here so that way you can put the cover back on. I'm probably not going to put the cover piece back on. I may just leave it exposed. Probably not really the best way to do that, because you don't really want to get moisture and stuff here, and that's one reason why they've got the caps, to keep moisture out. Like I said, I may try to finagle this down to where this is actually kind of hid down in there to put the cap back on. The only thing is since these wires and stuff are pretty stiff, these may end up trying to pull out on you. And I do not like the way they have these plugs set. I do not like this. I don't know why they just couldn't have just put a clip-in type plug, kind of like this here, a small clip-in plug, instead of sticking wires into it. I don't know. People don't make no sense when they're building this stuff. Okay, there we go. I finally got it stuffed down in there. So just got to be careful that the prongs here does not pull out of that plug. So now I'll be able to put the cap back onto it. And install, you just push that side back in and press it back in. It'll pop back in place. So that's going to be after and before. Definitely looks a lot better. And then install the 10mm bolts. You don't have to go over tight on this because these are plastic, they will snap. Just a good, nice and hand tight. There you go. Then take and hook up the plug back in. Pop it back in till it clips in. Good to go there. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this wire connector off real quick. Oh, I got the wire tie stuff off here. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this heat shrink on this to keep these wires a little bit tighter. But I'm going to go ahead and take these sliders off and put the new connections and stuff on it. And then I'll be going back over the little connection here, or the little connector here with the heat shrink. So I can splice them back. Be sure when you're doing this to push and twist, so that way the casing, the wire casing, can actually get up in there a little bit and fit tight, and then you can crimp them down. And then next I'll just slide this heat shrink over that and put some fire to it, just like so. That will also help protect it as well. So that one's done. All I gotta do is move on to that one. Okay, well both of them are done. Now I just gotta put heat shrink on the wires itself. The only reason I also do heat shrink on some of these things, I wish I had longer ones technically. So really what I need is actually longer heat shrink. But I'm having to do it in sections, but that's still fine. One reason why I do the heat shrink, it also keeps these wires a lot tighter. These do too, these work. But the problem is with these here, they slide around a lot. I don't like things that slide. I'll get that here in a minute. But I don't like things that slide around. Plus trying to get the wires into the terminals, it makes it really difficult, because then you're fighting with that. With the heat shrink, it fits it on there nice and tight, and you don't have to worry about it sliding around trying to put the damn connectors and stuff on, so it kind of saves a little bit. Alright, I know it kind of looks like shit. The other one looked a hell of a lot better, but I had to use a little bit bigger one than this because I don't have any. I don't have another size like these here, so I had to go a size bigger. But it'll work. It'll still hold because all it's doing is just holding the wire in place, so it's not going to slide around or anything. So when I put the terminals and stuff in, so but like I said, if I had a longer heat shrink, it'd be a lot better. But it'll do. It'll be fine. It's not going to be seen. It's going to be in the damn housing, so it's not going to mount to nothing there. I went ahead and pulled this side out, and also to let y'all know, there is one of these. And where did I find it? And it goes right there through that. And on the new one, same way, right there. Okay, so I just kind of got the headlight assembly here just hanging. But same deal. Red goes to yellow, black goes to white, hot and negative. And the clip here pushes to the back side. That way y'all can see that. Back there. Okay. And then same deal with the new LED here. Damn it. I swear. Get this thing setting up here for a second. So I'm going to show you this. There's the wide dog here. And just do it the same way and just match it up and then turn it. And like I said, it should go in when you, if you turn it in this way and then it turns back like that, it should be just like that right there when it goes into that headlight. That's the way it should be. Alright, so got the wire tucked all in back there very nicely. All I gotta do is put the cap and stuff back on it and put it all back together. I'm putting the 10mm bolts and stuff back in it. And I will show you all the difference between projectors and reflectors. Alright guys, so that's installing the headlight assemblies on this. Alla lighting and LEDs and projectors. Now the little squares up top, I do not know what that's from. It's possible that because they're probably in halogen projectors, that's probably why. But besides that, as far as it has a nice, really crisp line, it does have that for sure. Alright, so mine being reflectors, LEDs, same brand. Hers is projectors. There's the difference. It's better to have them in the projectors. The LEDs, they kind of starburst. They, you know, kind of go all over the place. So it don't really contain the light like projectors, and it doesn't throw the light out there like projectors. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and shut my truck down. We'll go ahead and get in the Hyundai, and we'll take it for a little test drive. All right, guys. Back on this road. It is a whole lot brighter. I can see both sides of the road. These LEDs are a lot better than these projectors. I think what I found out why when I was up, had the front end up, kind of up on the wall, and you see those little squares and stuff on there. I'm thinking that's part of the housing itself. Has nothing to do with the LED or the projector. I think it's just mainly to deal with the way the housing is. That's the only thing I could think of. But other than that, she can definitely see at night. There's the high beams. They would be a lot better if they were in LED. Now we're on the road that has no lights down here whatsoever, and you can see it lights up the entire road, and it's pretty dang good. Now granted, yes, there are LEDs out there that are better than these and a whole heck of a lot brighter, but for what we're going to be using them for, and for what she's needing them, we really don't need anything that bright. I mean, this will suit us just fine. It's a whole heck of a lot. Man, I can see all the way down to that roundabout down there. I know y'all can't see it on film, but if visually y'all were here, I mean, from way back there to the roundabout, these lights actually shine all the way over here to the roundabout. That's a pretty good little distance. I mean, that's actually a really good distance. I want to just go ahead and go around this roundabout anyway, just because. So Alla lighting LEDs, the H11 with the H11B conversion wires, which, like I said, on those you'll have to get the thicker spade, or the spade bit, or spade connectors, but seem to be doing all right. So that's high beam. Alright guys, well, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this up. Y'all have seen the truck. Y'all have seen the car now with LEDs and the kind of the difference in comparison. It's honestly better to put LEDs and projectors. It'd be a whole heck of a lot better, because in reflectors it throws the light every which way but daggum Saturday. Projectors, it throws the beam out there, puts a nice little crisp line, you know, across there. The only thing I don't like about it is those little squares and stuff, but I can't. There's nothing I can do about that. I think that's just something to do with the housing itself. So I don't think it has anything to do with the LEDs, because I pulled one of the LEDs and thinking, well, maybe it's turned the wrong way. No, the LED's facing correct, but it didn't change nothing. So it's got to do with the housing itself. So, oh well. You know, the only bad thing about these Hyundai Sonatas, they don't give you much to choose from as far as headlight assemblies. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. So the next best thing probably to do is to retrofit. And if anybody knows anything about retrofitting, don't give me a hard time, but that's pretty pricey. I mean, the money gets way up there. Now, I can't afford it. My fiance can't afford stuff like that. It'd be nice, but like I said, for what we're going to be using it for, it'll be fine. This will be fine. I mean, it's bright enough. I can see the road on both sides, and if somebody's walking, especially on this road here, walking at night, I'll be able to freaking see their damn ass, because apparently people around here don't want to wear light colored clothes, especially during the summertime. Everybody wants to wear dark clothes at night time. No reflectors, no nothing. Not a care in the world. As a matter of fact, somebody got hit down here last year because of it. Don't make no damn sense. But anyway, guys, I'm going to call this a wrap, and I'll see y'all on some other next videos or whatever that I make. And this is on the 2010 Hyundai Sonata. On the LEDs, swapping out the new headlight assembly. So I'm getting in here on town, so I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.